Well, today I'm going to try to install an alarm I purchased on Amazon. Get the chair out of the way. Got this thing for like 60 bucks. It's the Viper cheap version, I guess. This is a one-way alarm system. Coming off in a box. So the item I got. The brain, keys, the horn, a bunch of wires, and two remote. And there's the horn right here. I think most of these are self-explanatory on the installation manual. Basically, all of them is plug and play. This is the stuff I don't need, probably cut it. And this is the ignition kill, so that's for the starter kill. So you just gotta splice your starter wire and connect it on each end. That's basically just bridge it in this box. That's it. So right now the longer part is probably going to try to find the wire in the car where all these wires are going to be connected to. So let's do that next. So basically 1, 2, 3, ground positive. This is, what is that? Ignition. And then this is the starter. And then I got the horn. Brown is a horn. And I got a flashing LED, the blue and the green. Blue and a green, door trigger. Blue is multiplex trigger input. Negative input, zone 3, zone 1, door input, zone 1. So, green, so either way will work. Is both negative trigger. So, but then the instruction says the green is the door trigger, and this thing I could use for the hood or the trunk if I'm going to install a pin on it. Yeah. So basically, you got 3 wire, ground, ignition positive, and then you got a door and or a door pin or hood pin or whatever, and then the horn, flashing lights, and then all of these and this piece, which is the starter. And these are the negative trigger for the power door lock, which I don't have power door lock on my car, but I will be installing it. That's it. This is the antenna and lights and valet. All right. This is the car that I will be installing the alarms on. This is my restoration project. 1990 Civic EF Car. Never have the alarm installed. I even looking at the dash. Doors does not have power door lock of any type. This is like crank window. That's how it is. Recently refinished my headliner. It was in pretty bad shape. So I was able to find all the wires underneath. Power, starter, except the starter. I don't believe I found it yet. But the starter, ignition, flashing LEDs and whatnot, door trigger, and a trunk pin. I'm still trying to figure out where am I going to put drill the hood pin for it. I don't want to move over there. It's too far. I got to run the wires all the way over here, going in here, this firewall. So I was thinking about doing something on this side, but haven't got the spot yet. So in process of installing the alarm in the car. I already cut this wire that I'm not going to use. I'm going to tuck it behind it. It's only got this much wires. So the most time consuming is finding the wires on the vehicle to tap it in. I think you could go to a couple of websites to get that information of where all this wiring is at in the car. So far I've removed the door panel. I'm thinking about installing the actuator. Well, in the process of installing the actuator of the car. I think there's some 4-door 1990 EF that have the power door lock things, but I didn't go to the junkyard. So there's the actuator I got. I'm thinking about installing these like this and just pulling to this lever. I haven't mounted it yet. I don't know if it's going to be snagging, rubbing against something else. I have no clue yet. We'll do that in a bit. So the alarm is going to have to wait for now. So this is where I mounted the horn. Just drilling 2 sides of the hole, running through the firewall over there. The white wire I'm going to use, this is the excess wire that was cut off from the alarm. I'm going to try to use I'm just going to run it first for a pin switch, waiting for the hood pin. But other than that, it's a process. Of the wire that you need to trace I'm going to install basic alarms. So basically you need constant starter, ignition, and parking lights and door trigger. If people are familiar with the EF, this is the fuse box. I'm gonna situate it here. This is the fuse box, and if you see, let me move this out of the way. I don't know what the hell this thing is. If you see this right here, this little extra slot on the top 2, and then there's 3 here. So the parking light's gonna be this one. So all you need to do is just tap it into the parking lights. And right here on the right hand side for the below slot, right here, this is gonna be ignition. And then this is gonna be a constant power. So if I do a test light here, which I have, my key is off, is always constant. And this is negative. So once you turn on the ignition, you have power. And this one is the parking lights. If I feed power to it, my parking light will comes on, but I don't think you will see a difference because it's too bright. No, you don't see it. You will not see it. So, but that's it. And the ignition, the starter is this one right here. This is, I just poked through it. The black and white wire, which going directly to the fuse box right there. Okay, all the wiring is done. Basically just a basic alarm for now. I'm waiting for my wire to come in so I could install the actuator and the relay. Other than that, the horn is in. All the LED such thing. Let me test this thing real quick. So that's the alarm. I didn't hook up the hood pin yet. Just testing it and see if this thing gonna. So I'm gonna. All right, that'll work. Let me test out the door. Okay, that works. So I just put I bent the rod a little bit and I put Loctites on it and then screw it up. So far, it doesn't rub. If you look at it closely, it doesn't hit your body at all. So I'm just moving the actuator manually. And it's working. I already tested with my test light and it works. And let me do the testing real quick. It's not actually to have a reverse polarity. So right now, if I click on it, if I put negative charge on it, it springs up. So actually it does need a relay. I will run a relay. One of my good friends teaching me how to run relays, and eventually I have to do that for the actuator. So my relay is wired up. So far so good. Basically what I did was on the middle 87A, this is basically the negative to negative, negative to negative, and then 85, 86, 85, 86, and then 87 all bridged together. So basically, let me see, real hard to record with one hand. So basically this two right here, and then this two on the top, the two inner and two on top, all bridged together for the positive. And then number 30, which is, I cannot see, number 30 is this two in the bottom. This one go to the actuator, and this is the input. This is the input from the alarm. Opening and close, either size. And then this is the out one. This is outgoing to the actuator. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm testing out my door actuator. I temporarily kind of hooked it up on the 2-wire. Blue is the red, so we go into the blue side. This wire is from the alarm itself from in the car. So I hooked it up on number 85, 86. Temporary hook with the power. I put a 30 amp fuse in there. The ground, I check ground to the chassis, put a relay. This 2-wire from the actuator. The green actually is the blue, so I hooked it on the blue side. The blue is, this blue is for the car. Right now everything has got power. There's my car key. So I'm gonna, right now is in lock state. It's not locked. So I'm gonna lock it. The alarm is on. This thing is working. So the only thing is I'm hooking it up to the car. That's it. So blue is to black. So I'm testing out my door actuator. I temporarily kind of hooked it up on the 2-wire. Blue is the red, so we go into the blue side. This This wire is from the alarm itself from in the car. So I hooked it up on number 8586. Temporary hook with the power. I put a 30 amp fuse in there. The ground, I check ground to the chassis for the relay. This 2 wire from the actuator. The green actually is the blue, so I hooked up on the blue side. The blue is, this blue is for the car. Right now everything has got power. Here's my car key. So I'm gonna, right now is in lock state. It's not locked. So I'm gonna lock it. The alarm is on. Okay, let's try it again. Right now the door is unlocked. Not arm. Arm. Door's locked. It's just taking my hood pane is open too. So that's why. This thing is working. So the only thing is I'm hooking it up to the car. That's it. Currently wiring the wire for the actuator for the door. This is just a view of the passenger side. The actuator, this is the wire right here. So I'm just gonna mimic and run along this existing wire and just tie it, come up to here, go down and up, come out of this hole right here, this existing hole. I am not gonna do the tap it into the existing harness. It's too much. So I'm gonna run down here and let it hang. And this is an existing hole, which have a little nub, little cover for that. So I'm gonna do that. And in this kind of slot, and to prevent it from cutting it, the wire, just use some of these grommets and just fit it in. I will consider this job is officially done. All that wire is hooked up from the testing of the relay. Now all the wire is connected to the main box of the alarm. So just to test it, car is closed, alarm is on, door locks. Let's see, and locked. Alarm is off. So I was able to set it to number 3, the ignition locking on. Basically what it says is if I turn my keys to on position, and then this will automatically lock the door after the button. And then if I turn it off the car, let's say, and it's automatic and locked for me. So that's the only feature I'm gonna use. I don't want passive arming or anything like that. Eventually I'm gonna have to do the trunk pop, but that's gonna be some other time. According to, because I have a 3 remote auxiliary 2, the little star, I have to do the pop trunk on this one auxiliary. So that's going to be some other ones, some other days. I mean, yep, it's finally done, folks. Yay.